Holmes, this trunk contains 4 jars in which organs are floating.
Yes.
Watson, can you tell me at a glance what these organs are?
I would say that they are parts of female reproductive organs.
Yes.
Are these specimens fresh?
No, and I am quite certain of it. From the colour and appearance, I'd say these organs have been in these jars for several months, if not years.
Oh dear. Formalin. Again. Okay. Oh, I don't want to see those ones. Yeah, I'm a bit... Oh, what's this? This is something we can use. Oh, here's one more. Do not understand how you found yourself in this situation. Your passionate discussions of the legitimacy of this war should have convinced more than one. I still remember when you initiated him during that meeting. You struck that very claim. Vicksburg is the key. Here it is. Vicksburg is the key. The war can never be brought to a close until the key is in our pocket. We all applauded. I'm sure that even Lincoln himself would have applauded, probably. During these dark hours, it was rare to have the occasion to laugh. So many deaths, ending with our much beloved president killed by this coward and left to join those of the victory at Gettysburg, who courageously fell so that the next day the key would be in our pocket. Well, wait a minute. Gettysburg, and the day next day. Gettysburg was on the 3rd, next day.
If this letter is addressed to him, it would appear our doctor is a veteran of the American Civil War.
No
Let's
kidding.
go to Baker Street.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Is there someone here?
Yes.
What's going on, Finley? You seem to be in a panic.
The 2 police officers wanted to know if someone suspicious had entered here. The Whitechapel killer has struck again.
Oh no.
But if I understood correctly, he killed 2 women in the
Yep,
past
there
few
we have
hours.
it.
Where?
I don't know. The police didn't tell me anything.
Quick, Holmes, we must catch up with them.
Certainly not, Watson. Mr. Finley, do you know if the doctor had any other pieces of luggage up there apart from this trunk?
1 or 2, I think.
Do you take care of the doctor's laundry?
My wife does laundry for the tenants once a week. The sheets likewise.
Would you be kind enough to let us know as soon as possible if the doctor shows up again?
Certainly. I'm just worried that he won't be back, you see, and I'm annoyed about my keys.
That is true.
Holmes, I don't follow. The Whitechapel killer is, at this very moment, very close by, and we are just staying put, twiddling our thumbs.
Oh,
The Whitechapel
twiddling our
killer has
thumbs.
always been nearby. And what will we do? Go back to the scene of the crime or crimes and mix with the onlookers and trample the crime scenes even more? No, our time will come. Let's
He's a
return
clever
to Baker
one.
Street.
What did he say?
Let's go back to Baker Street. Home, sweet home.
Holmes, sweet Holmes. Right, and that brings
We were
us...
less than 200 feet away from the first victim a few minutes before she was murdered. We might even have heard the murderer's voice, and we haven't done a thing for the past week.
You're the one not doing anything, Watson. For my part, I have been working. And, as you know, I've made good use of this week by tracking down and verifying all of the solid facts on these 2 murders to write up the notes that are on my desk, read them over again and try to gain a bit of perspective.
Okay, here we have them. Should we go through these ones, or should we just... Well, let's go through them. Note on the murder of Liz Stride at Dutfield's yard. Certain information that I have collected must be verified. Liz Stride, nickname Long Liz, 45 years old, height 5'5", occasional prostitute. She lived for the past 3 years in a stormy relationship with a certain Kidney, a waterside labourer, 36 years of age, whom she left a few days earlier. She charged him with assault, but failed to appear in court. The case was thrown out. The victim was discovered dead by one Louis Diemschutz. That sounds Jewish as well. At 1 o'clock in the morning on September 30th. The man's first thought was to verify if his wife in the building next door was still alive before sounding the alarm. Well, that was a clever guy. The 2 doctors who came at the police request to the scene of the crime in the moments after discovery of the corpse, put the time of death after 12:46. Now that's correct. Cause of death: hemorrhage due to a throat injury. The weapon was a small knife with a large blunt edge. The verification of this statement is necessary. Could this wound have been caused by another tool? That's correct. Neither the body nor the clothes were damaged, soiled, or disturbed by the killer. The right hand was open, stained with blood, and resting on the chest. The left hand was on the ground, partially closed, holding a packet of pastille. Now we had pills last time, and pastille is the same word actually. The location of the discovery was a courtyard called Dutfield's Yard, whose doors leads on to Burner Street in Whitechapel. The victim was found stretched out on the ground a few inches from the wall of one of the buildings served by this courtyard, the International Workingmen's Club. It is over there, yeah, the Burner Street, that's true. This association, composed mainly of Jews originally from Russia and Poland, were organizing a conference that night on the subject, "Why should Jews be socialists?" presided by Mr. Morris Eagle. The meeting ended around 11:30 p.m., but many members remained to debate and sing within the premises of the association. An American present that evening declared to have been in the courtyard at 12:20 a.m. and went into the street and didn't see anything unusual. He then returned back inside the club, but his estimation of time spent outside is approximate at best. American. Two witnesses were quoted by the press: Constable Smith, who was doing his rounds in the area of the night in question, and an Hungarian by the name of Schwartz, who made his statement at the police station accompanied by an interpreter because he does not speak English. The transcription of these statements by the press should be treated with caution. It would be advisable, if at all possible, to consult the exact content. Ask the guy himself. Observe the clothing worn by the victim as well as her possession at the time of the discovery of the body. Clothing: long black cloth jacket, fur trimmed around the bottom, with a red rose and a white maidenhair fern pinned to it. Black skirt, black crepe bonnet, checked neck scarf knotted on left side, dark brown velveteen bodice, two light serge petticoats, one white chemise, white stockings, spring-sided boots, two handkerchiefs. One is noticed to have fruit stain on it, a thimble, a piece of wool wound around a card. In the pocket or in her underskirt, a key, a small piece of lead pencil, 6 large and 1 small button, a comb, a broken piece of comb, a metal spoon, a hook as from a dress, a piece of muslin, 1 or 2 small pieces of paper. Now CPM did point out both the combs and the muslin in his comments. Very, very, very long time ago. Perhaps he has something to do with this. Why can't this be a multiplayer? One can play Holmes, one can play Watson. Me and CPM together. That would... Oh, yeah. Let's do the other one. Catherine Eddowes. 46 years old, height 5 feet, occasional prostitute. She has regular relationships for 7 years with one John Kelly, a man of no regular employment, about the same age as the victim. The victim was found dead at 1:44 a.m. on September 30th by P.C. Watkins, who was on his rounds. He secured the area by calling to the watchman of the warehouse located some feet from the crime scene. According to the doctor who arrived on the scene at 2:18 a.m., the victim has just been dead for half hour. Unlikely, but we know from experience that how hard it is to precisely establish the time of death when the corpse has been very mistreated. Cause of death, hemorrhage due to throat wound. The medical examiner also confirmed that, additionally, the extraction committed on the corpse were done post-mortem by a right-handed man possessing a long-bladed knife. The victim was subject to numerous mutilations. The victim was found stretched out in a dark corner of MaGtRo Square, notorious meeting spot for prostitutes and their clients because of its remote, poorly lit location. It should be noted that the victim was freed from the Bishopgate Street police drunk tank at 1 o'clock in the morning. Oh, so she was sobering up. MaGtRo Square was visited at 1:30 a.m. by P.C. Watkins coming from MaGtRo Street, and at 1:42 a.m. by P.C. Harvey coming from Church Passage. The two police constables didn't see anything suspicious in the area, but it should be noted that P.C. Harvey didn't enter the MaGtRo Square, unlike P.C. Watkins. The watchman who came to lend a hand to Watkins at the time of the discovery of the body had been awoken during the time of the crime. His door is located a few feet from the spot where the victim was dying and didn't hear anything until the police is called. Firstly, we must note that the clothing worn by Catherine Eddowes were very characteristic. I think in particular the pattern green chintz skirt as well as the white men's vest. A few of her possessive, including the thimble, were found around the corpse. The white apron was found on the corpse with a part missing. Thus, this missing part, previously resewn, thus ensuring authenticity, was found at 2:55 on the night of the murder by P.C. Alfred Long, who states that the object wasn't there at his preceding patrol at 2:20 a.m. The piece of bloody apron was found in the entrance hall leading to the stairs of Wentworth Model dwellings on Goldstone Street. At the right of the entrance, just above the apron, was found the following inscriptions in chalk: "The Jews are not the men that will be blamed for nothing." The Jews are not the men who will be blamed for nothing. The Wentworth Model dwelling building being almost exclusively occupied by Israelites and Goldstone Street being the site of a very popular, much frequent market, he decided to raise the inscription before the day broke. Yeah, that could be. Wearing at the time of her murder black straw bonnet trimmed in green black velvet with black beads, black strings worn tied to the head, black cloth jacket trimmed around the collar and cuffs with imitation fur and around the pockets in black silk braid and fur large metal buttons. Dark green chintz skirt, 3 flounces, brown button on waistband. The skirt is patterned with Michaelmas daisies and golden lilies. That's flowers if I ever heard them. Man's white vest, matching buttons down front, brown linsey bodice, black velvet collar with brown buttons down front, grey stuff petticoat with white waistband. Very old green alpaca skirt worn as undergarment, very old rag blue skirt with red flounces, light twill lining worn as undergarment, white calico chemise, pair of men's lace-up boots, mohair laces, right boot repaired with red thread, a piece of red gauze silk worn as neckerchief, a large white pocket handkerchief, a large white cotton handkerchief with red and white bird's eye border, 2 unbleached calico pockets, tape strings, 1 blue striped bed ticking pocket, brown ribbed knee stockings darned with white cotton. Possessions: 2 small blue bags, 1 short black clay pipe, a tin box containing tea, a tin box containing sugar, a tin matchbox empty, 12 pieces of white rag, 1 Ker's linen white, piece of blue and white skirting, 3-cornered, 1 piece red flannel with pins and needles, 6 pieces soap. She was running away from home as well. 1 small tooth comb. Yes, there we have the comb. A white handled table knife, 1 metal spoon, 1 leather cigarette case with metal fittings, 1 ball hemp, 1 piece of old white apron with repair, several buttons and a thimble. I still don't know what a thimble is. I need to check that before I go on further on. Mustard tin containing 2 pawn tickets, one in the name of Emily Burrell, 52 Whites Road, dated August 31st, 9d pence, for a man's flannel shirt. The other is in the name of Jane Kelly, of 6 Dorset Street, and dated September 28th. 2 shillings for a pair of men's boots. Both addresses are false, of course. Printed handbill. Portion of a pair of spectacle. 1 red mitten. Well, I'm be darned.
I have read and reread them. But give me something to do then. A task where I can get stuck in, because...
Find me a slaughterhouse that will give us exclusive use of its block for an hour. And find me, in your opinion, which common animal shares the most characteristics with humans from a physiological point of view?
Pigs.
Pig?
I don't even know why I asked that question. Pray, find a dozen fresh pig's heads, Watson. Not big heads, I prefer small ones.
Sows?
That's it, Watson. As soon as you have done that, let me know. I request that you search in Whitechapel. Who knows, perhaps you will learn something about where Dr. Tumblety may be hiding. There is also no shortage of slaughterhouses and pig's heads in those parts.
That's true. We have an old acquaintance, don't we? Right, I control Dr. Watson, and I am about to go and find pig's heads. Well, I'll drop it for now and I'll get back to you, but I must say that some of these puzzles are strange, to say the least. I have to use Wikipedia this time, not the walkthrough. I wonder what the walkthrough said about this Civil War thing. Well, I'll check on that roll. And I need to know what the thimble is. There's a lot of words in those ones that I need to check. And I'll get back to you when I think I am able to continue. For this time, this PlayStation, I say thanks for watching and